Hi guys! Welcome back to my main YouTube channel. I know it's been a while, I've kind of been struggling to record videos, but here's one today, so stop complaining. As you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be talking about how I started getting paid as a singer, so how I started doing my gigs and all that. If you want to go check out my last video, which explains how I became a singer in general, then you should definitely go watch that first before you watch this video. So I guess we'll start off from my first performance that got me my first ever gig. I started doing gigs around 9 months ago, so April 2023. I'd never got paid before to sing in front of an audience. I'd done loads of performances in front of people, but I'd never been paid to do one. So at my karate club, we do a party every year towards Christmas to hand out awards and just have a fun time together rather than just doing karate together. Not last year, but in 2022, my instructor asked me to sing just a couple songs at the party, not for payment, just so I could kind of get my confidence up and start singing in front of people because I was terrified. The thing is, I wanted people to dance and no one danced because people just wanted to listen to my singing. A lot of them hadn't actually heard me sing before. So I sang Castle on the Hill by Sheeran and When We Were Young, because I know that might seem like a weird combination, but those are the songs I was most comfortable with without doing lyrics and things like that. And When We Were Young kind of showed my vocal ability. So there is a bar in the hall that we do karate in. So the bartender, she heard my singing. This hall that we go to hosts a lot of like clubs and entertainment. They do a beer fest every year. And she recommended me to the owner to do the beer fest that they did in July. And that kind of started off me doing gigs because I was 16. I didn't have a job because I was still in full-time education, and where I live it's really hard to get a job that gives you like a certain amount of hours and also doesn't pay you like rubbish money. My dad was like, maybe you should start just doing singing to get paid, and that kind of started off. So they did actually book me for Beer Fest in July, and that was probably the scariest thing I've ever done, so I'll get back to that in a bit. The January, February, March, April kind of went by, and my dad was saying about getting proper equipment so I could do proper gigs and start promoting myself, because we have quite a lot of pubs where we are. I don't remember too much about it or where we got the equipment, but I was expecting to pay like 150 for the equipment just to get an amp and a microphone. My dad wanted to go full out. This was my dad, and the idea was that he'd pay for the equipment and I slowly pay him back while I do my gigs, and I'm still paying him back for it. And it ended up being about 350 quid. So I got a PA system, 2 speakers and a really good microphone, and that was definitely worth it. I can connect my phone via Bluetooth, and the speakers and the sound is so good and it's so worth it. Especially when you're getting gigs, if you don't have your own equipment then it's not really worth it. I definitely recommend asking your parents if they can. You can slowly pay them back. I was really lucky though in the situation that I'm in. So my first ever gig was at a pub around the corner. You just go in, speak to the owner about it, say you have your own equipment, say that you have a set list ready, you're willing to do an hour, and set an amount for you. I set an amount for £70 an hour, so I was paying my dad £10 back every time, so I'd get paid £60 for the hour, which is really good, especially where I live. But some other places, like if you're living kind of down south near London, definitely charge more. It also depends on the venue. Like a pub is not serious. If you're doing like a wedding though, definitely charge more, especially if you've got to travel places, so you have to take that into consideration as well. I was literally traveling around the corner and I was just starting off, so definitely don't set the bar too high, especially if you're young and my age, because they will doubt you. I hate to say it, they will doubt you. Also, definitely go onto Facebook Messenger. All these pubs and places and venues have Facebook. Message them. They might not answer, they might look at the message and completely ignore it. Keep nagging them, just do it. I'll eventually get one, trust me. It worked for me. So I did that first gig, and then I don't think I had anything up until like the beer fest, and I hate to say it, but it does go really slow. It's hard when you kind of haven't got the money and you've got to wait a while for it, and summer was quite hard for me. That's why it's better to start off young, because then you have the support of your family and money still, because I was 16. I'm not going to be paying for everything myself at that point. But towards October, that was the best month I've ever had. I had a gig every single weekend, and I made just as much in 4 hours that I would at someplace like McDonald's for like 30 hours. So it is really good, especially if you enjoy playing an instrument or singing, because it works around your school schedule and you work on your own terms and you work on your own pay. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. There's not really much else to say. I'm doing the Beer Fest again next year. The same place has booked me again, and also I had my definitely most paid gig back on Christmas Eve, where they pay me 250 quid for an hour and a half. So as you can see, it does take a while to start working your way up. Definitely make business cards, start posting more on your social media, and message places. It does take a hit on your ego when people look at your age or something and they assume that you're not going to be able to do it, or they say, oh, they're all booked up. You just need to keep pushing and calling places. It's definitely what you need to do. Anyways, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll hopefully be posting again next week. Please give me video ideas in the comments. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and subscribe to my other channel, which is linked below, and all my social medias, which are also linked below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week. Bye!